G'day, swingers! It's Wednesday, the 1st of September. Spring has sprung. Day 67 of our lovely lockdown. Nearly 10 weeks now. This is episode 4. Welcome to Macca'S Old School Podcast. I'm Macca. How the fuck are you, everyone? How's everyone going? Pretty bad. Where do we start? Now, later on, I want to talk a little bit about, does anyone remember 70s, 80s, 60s, 70s, 80s, I guess, old school discipline? It was pretty brutal. I mean, these days it'd be, oh my God. But yeah, it was pretty brutal. I want to talk about that. So do you want to get yeah. You're so sick of it. Yeah, I know, the Toyota Corona. What can we say? Uncle Maury. I think he's starting to realise. I think someone's actually pulled him aside and said, listen, mate, your ratings your polls are shit at the moment. People are angry, and you've got to do something about it. Once again, it wouldn't be sincere. But he's mentioned a couple of times, this must end. I mean, he was all for not long ago, like, come on, we got to go on. Well, now he's all for it must end. So I think someone has pulled him aside and said, listen, it's time to kick into election mode and it's time to do something about it. And old Maury has gone, fuck me swinging. You're right. I'm going to do something about it. And, it might be a kick in the carrot and onions for him, but, Jesus, Maury, what can I say? It's you're not leading, you're not doing anything, mate. And the word out there is people have had a gutful of both the major parties, including myself. But what do you do? We've got Gladbag. She's still in action. Honestly, guys, I don't know. In Little Macca's prediction, in my goss around, I can't see this crap ending till mid to late November, and it wouldn't shock me if it goes longer. And then why not? Why not set the kids back to school for 2.5, 3 weeks, and then take another 6 to 8 weeks off, depending on what schools you go to and what have you. But yeah, everyone's just had an absolute cracker of it now. We were promised something the other day. Gladbag promised something, got the old scrubber. She said a reward, and that was last week, because we're 1st of September, and it's spring. I'm a little bit late doing this episode. We're going to do about three a month. Anyway, we were promised, and you could. It's something like you could go outside with 5 people with a mask, and I don't know if you had to be sort of, fully vaccinated, decaffeinated, isolated, dehydrated, whatever, I don't know. But, and you could talk to people. That was the carrot? That was the pot of gold at the end of the fucking rainbow? Really? Really? Because it really amounts to nothing. I mean, what's the next surprise? We can all urinate together in a urinal without spacing. I don't know, what's the next? That really wasn't fuck all. It really wasn't much. It's disappointing, the daily pantomimes continue again. I mean, we just want our freedom back, guys, So like I said, I wouldn't, I'm not going to go to a protest and get in a rumble about it, but I will go to a protest as a peaceful protest, just to get your thing off. They did your thing off, your point. They did that, I believe, at Brisbane a few days ago. I research a lot of stuff, guys, but I actually don't watch, the local channel news or anything like that, because you can feel quite ill. It used to be that mix of a little bit of bullshitting, but now it's sort of an 80-20 split, and then 80s are bullshit. But it's not looking good, and really nothing's changed. We really didn't get rewarded for fuck all last week. I mean, these guys know what's going on, as I said, ACT Premier Maury, it's the same situation. Even on the news, that's why I don't want to crap on about it forever. I mean, really, what's going on, bloody hell. I'm not going to get too, the Chance Star I'm not going to get stuck into too much. She's giving me the shits. Maybe her and Gladbag, I could do some sort of bakery or pastry business, stick their face in the dirt and make gorilla biscuits. Isn't that horrible, Macca? Aren't you a real fuckstick? Well, I may be, but, just jokes. But, are they? I don't know. Anyway, I mean, who do you vote for these days? Who do you vote for? I remember Mark Latham. He's one. I tell you what, One Nation are going to, Pauline's in for a big. That 3% is going to change. People have had a gutful, so it's going to change. But Mark Latham, I couldn't stand when he was the opposition leader to Johnny Howard. I couldn't stand. He was a real prick. I didn't hate him, but I just couldn't stand him. But you know what? He makes a lot of sense these days, so I stand corrected. He talks a lot of sense. And same as old Richo. I saw him at the airport years ago. He was on his mobile, but he was busy just sort of kind of looking for people to sort of say, hey, are you Richo? So he seemed a little bit up himself, but I've got to say, he talks some sense too. He's So who do you vote for? I don't know. But I can honestly say I'm a reformed Liberal voter. I confess, I voted Liberal for years, and I am more right-wing. And people would say, why, Macca? Because you keep slagging them off. Well, I do, and I am more right-wing, but I'm not voting for either one of these guys. And I've said that before, I mean, it's just had a gutful. I mean, you're dangling carrots, which amount to zero, all this sort of stuff you're promoting, it wouldn't take a skin off a fucking rice pudding, would it really? It's all boomf, 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 but, it's really not doing much. There's really slim bloody pickings out there. But I tell you what, I think One Nation is really going to shoot up there. I believe the preferences to the Libs. I don't if that's right. But I really, it's going to shoot up there. And we got no Bunnings. We're going to have Bunnings still. So we're still looking at serious lockdown time, I think, guys. So, I heard an interesting point this week off one of the commentators in Sydney. And it is interesting because the Wuhan virus, the Zing virus, it's now taken just over 1,000 Australians, which is awful, of course. I think it's 1,003 Australians. But in the time that we've been hit with this crap, what is it, 18, 19, maybe 20 months in that area, 200,000 Aussies have died. From all sorts of things, stroke, heart disease, cancer, bloody cancer. It's a bastard, and they have. A lot of people have died. But at the moment, too, as serious as the Toyota Corona is, you've got to put in perspective, too, other people need serious surgery as well. So I'm feeling for them and their families. I mean, there's not much hope on the horizon, is there? But we've just got to hang in there, guys. And I really think that, we're gonna be stuck with this for a lot longer. And how's that going for you, Gladbag? How is the lockdown going? Well, it's not really, is it? It's not really working. And I mean, it's been tried time and time again. It's not working. So how long are you going to keep this tyranny? It really is a form of tyranny. And a guy out there fighting it, and I will say today, Aussie Cossack is absolutely fantastic, and the cops have been giving him the hardest time. So, mate, Aussie Cossack, God love you, brother. All the best to you. Hang in there. But it really is a form of tyranny. It's just dragged on that long now. It's not working. Kids are, Jesus, Like I said, I send them back for 2 or 3 weeks, and then, hey, take 6 or 8 weeks off. What the fuck? I mean, Jesus, guys. You've really, I don't know. Murray, you're still feeding the fucking chooks, mate. I mean... Anyway, he's going to swing into this election mode thing there and say, well, come on, Aussie, and, we've done our best, but enough's enough. And you were preaching not long ago to lock them down stronger and, I don't know. Where do you go? Anyway, I'm not quite as pissed off as last time because there's not much further to report. I don't watch the daily pantomimes, but I'm sure a lot of people do. But again, between the pollies and the journalists, the fear-mongering and scaring the shit out of us Aussies and seniors, it's disgusting, guys. It's disgusting. And our ATMs still fucking aren't open, so... Anyway, stuck a note under that door. Anyway, I'm going to crack a little joke shortly. Oh, hang on, let's do the prosy too. Prosy! Helper Prozzy, which I promoted last time too. We've hit $1,000, swingers. 1,000 smackers, eh? Canoe. So it's pretty good. I'll keep you posted. The only thing is to do the presentation and stuff. We're still in fucking lockdown, aren't we? So it will happen. But we've hit $1,000, which is really good. Now I'm going to talk about some Aussie punishments, and wasn't it brutal years ago as well, guys? Fucking hell. What happened in those days was you got flogged, and so there was different preferences for different parents, different preferences, or whether it's the wooden spoon or the strap, or the stick, or just the hand, and they really did flog the shit out of you. I'll do my joke. I'll continue with this spiel and do my joke afterwards. It's a Bunnings joke. Anyway, so the 70s was brutal. Now, we lived at Pennant Hills for years, and it wasn't a bad spot. It was a quiet little village back then. But we lived there for years, and we went to Wesley, Franklin's. And Franklin's was the go then. Everyone went to Franklin's. So I had a scary stuff, but I always remember it was probably mid-late 70s again. I was 9, 10, somewhere around there. I used to go up there with Julie in the Tirana. The Tirana L. Fantastic car. It's a fucking beauty. Anyway, it always stuck in my mind, and I can't remember the actual aisles, but let's say I saw this poor kid get a flogging. And his old man was giving it to him. We'll say it's aisle 3, but I remember canned goods. And he flogged him from aisle 3 up around the bend. I remember shoe polish and shit like that, laces. We went back down. He ended up at the frozen section of aisle 5. But the scariest part is people joined in back then. You remember swingers. So, oh, little bastard. That's it. Kick him. Hit him. Good on you, mate. Good on you, mate. Fantastic. Rip into him, little bastard. Cheeky little shit. Now, these days, he wasn't punching him in the face or anything like that. I mean, hey, I had public floggings. They hurt, but it was fucking humiliating as well. Particularly if you're trying to impress another nice 9 or 10-year-old girl. But it was brutal. Imagine if that shit happened these days. Oh my God, it'd be a SWAS team there, counsellor, police. We'll get some choppers in there, and oh my God, these beatings these days. Oh my God! But I mean, if they didn't go over the top, they actually did keep us in line, though. Swingers. It was something called discipline. Look it up, Google it. That we had at the time. But it did. It kept us in line a little bit. Now, there was other forms. Who got the cane? At school? Fucking hell. And I'm going to say, I was right up there. I don't like to brag, but I was right up there. But it was funny. One of the schools I was at, it was a senior master, I think he was called. One of my best mates, that was his dad. So I used to get a flogging off Maxie on a Friday afternoon, and you'd run out of the office, Bernie, you'd say, I'll see you later on, mate, we're at our place. We'd go out there some Friday nights. He was actually a really nice guy, a really nice bloke, and I deserved every flogging I got, which I think I've said before. But that's what it was back then. But the cane was brutal. There was the wooden spoon or the strap or electrical cord. Anyone remember any of that shit? The wooden spoon. As you got older, the wooden spoon was funny because you just laugh at your old cheese as she was sort of running around the kitchen. I was like, you come here. It's like, seriously. But it depends how brutal the parent was too. The strap, that hurt, all the stick, these things fucking hurt. And anyone, we can remember it. But again, it did keep us in line. I mean, there was so much good shit about those days. And there was bad shit too. But, as long as you didn't get it in the cods, that was the main thing, because fuck, that hurt. Who's had it in the cods really bad for the first time? It's like a busted nose. Your eyes water. You could be 6'10", and you'd be the Rock or something. And honestly, mate, once you get a swift one there, you are down like a bag of shit. It just drains the power from your body. You're winded. It's a shocker. It's an absolute shocker. But 70s discipline, it was good. It was it was brutal. But I remember always watching it. If you saw anything public or like that, you'd always think, fucking hell, I'm never going to muck up. I'm going to throw those cigarettes that I pinched off the folks out. I'm just going to fucking behave myself, Now, we'll get back to, I was going to do the joke before. Sorry, swingers. I'm all over the place like a mad woman's shit tonight, so I'll just get back to the joke. Anyway, quick joke. I want to do some all the time, but they're really sort of really bad. Like I can get in more trouble than I've been in the past. But anyway, there's a tourist and he's in a bar and they're overseas and there's an Aussie in the bar and he's sitting at the bar and this tourist is a real loudmouth fucking wanker. Anyway, he's going on and he's getting pissed. So the bloke gets up, walks over to the toilet, stops. Little Aussie bloke sitting at the bar, minding his own beeswax, and he just pounds him. Whack! Fucking splat. Nails him on the floor. And he looks over to the barman, who's in complete shock. And he says, that's a karate chop from Japan. Anyway, he goes off to the pisser. Comes back a while later. The Aussie bloke compiles himself, gets up. What the fuck's going on with this prick? Sits at the bar. The fat fuck sits down again for a while, has a couple of drinks, and then he comes back up again, heads to the pisser, fucking splat. Again, just absolutely creams this poor bastard. On the floor, bad. And he looks at the guy and he says, that's a judo chop from Korea. And the barman's like, shit, mate, like, goes and has a piss, comes back. This poor bastard gets up and he's in bad shape. Anyway, he gives him a filthy look and he just scurries off. Tourist laughs, real smart ass. Anyway, a little while later, probably half an hour passes. The Aussie sneaks back in and he walks up to the big mouth and goes, splat! Just really fucking annihilates the guy. And he looks over at the barman and he said, when he comes to, tell him that's a crowbar from Bunnings. A nice little ditty, I thought. Told years ago, really enjoyed it. Anyway, we're getting back to, we've done the Prosy update. We're getting back to, don't forget, you can subscribe. Please subscribe. And we will be bringing out another one soon. As I said, I think we're bringing out about three episodes a month. What other shit? The video stuff. Ms. Batsuk is still working on that, so we'll have that very soon. And then we can get the guests rolling. But, I mean, lockdowns really fucked things as well. So, anyway, she's still working on the technicals there. And I'll try and come up with some more little jokes and things like that. But they're really sexist stuff like that as well. Hang in there, guys. What did we say we're at? Fucking day 67. Honestly. Covered that. Look, we didn't cover what shit's going down in America, for Christ's sakes. It's bad shit there. But briefly, I mean, sleepy, creepy Dementia Joe has to go. I mean, whether you're right, left, whatever, come on, guys. That's an absolute... Afghanistan was a clusterfuck. Absolute terrible. And Australians died there too. Australian service people. It was terrible, and that was just an absolute abortion. And I'm sorry for those service people that were killed there recently. It's just an abortion. Jesus. It's beyond embarrassment. And actually, he's Mr. Potato Head, but I actually feel sorry for the prick too. I mean, he shouldn't be in this position. Crazy. Anyway, let's stop talking about that crap. Listen, take care. We're going to bring another one out real soon. I look forward to it. A little bit more 70s stuff. Again, the Pavlova thing's just driving us nuts, isn't it? I mean, we're all over it. What can you do? We've got a couple of scrubbers running the joint, and it's just unbelievable. These premiers, unbelievable. But I really can't see us getting out of lockdown for quite a while. And I think Queensland and WA are going to renege out of it. It's got to be mid to late November. Fuck, I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But after sussing shit out, that's That seems to be the situation. You take care. Don't forget, if you want to subscribe, do so. We're not making any money. We're not professional. We're having a good time. And we'll have the video stuff soon, swingers. I can't wait. It's going to be a bit more fun. That's all. And I'm still working on my little studio, which is awesome little man cave. We'll be broadcasting from there once we get the video shit going and all that. I'm getting the wind up. Fucking hurry up, Macca, move your ass. We'll do. Take care, guys. We've, look at the bright side. We've only got another 6 or 7 weeks of this crap to go. But anyway, Pollies, fuck you, Pollies. And God bless Aussie Cossack, doing great work there. Help a prosy, don't forget. And we're at $1,000 there too, so it's fantastic. Take care. I look forward to blabbing again soon about something. I wish I had more time, but I don't. I've got to piss off. So I'm out of here. Take care, swingers. All the best. Bye.